Alright, we're taking a short break from the Claire videos and recordings. This is very specifically on Chris Stafford, one of the people in those videos, and my attempts to turn in the illegal firearms that I was treated like I was schizophrenic and delusional for. Now, like with many of my predators, they have histories of violence, such as Chris Stafford. January 19th of, let's see, it looks like Christopher Joseph Stafford was 26 at the time, convicted of strangulation, a Class C felony, committed on or about December 28th, 2017. What happened on December 28th, 2017? This is one of those things that's what do you call that? A coincidence. But Chris Stafford strangled somebody the very same day that Natalie Bollinger was shot in the head. Okay, now let's look at this one. Here it says Christopher Joseph Stafford, 33 by this point, pled no contest to. Alright, so this is an article. It's public information. Anybody has access to it. On February 27th, Christian Lee Alexander, 33, pled no contest to one count of menacing a Class A misdemeanor committed on or about February 11th. Alexander was sentenced to 60 days in jail. So this is a couple of years ago, last year, sorry. This is well after I tried to turn in Christopher Stafford for the illegal firearms. And also well after I tried to turn in the situation with Christian Alexander, which led to a lot more abuse. Sorry, this is an old computer. It's been through Hades. I bought it right after Natalie was killed because the police in Natalie's case never gave me my computer back. They were supposed to bring it back the next day. They said, we'll bring it to you tomorrow, even if you're in Boulder. They encouraged me to go to Boulder, Colorado, which was definitely an unsafe situation by then, but they didn't care. Sorry about that. With all the stuff that I had open, I had to shut everything down, so we're gonna get back to trying again from scratch. Lovely. This is what I have to go through every time I start it up, by the way. So it'll be a few minutes, and I'm sorry again. It's been a few minutes. We are still waiting. Just figured I'd let you know. I have to deal with this literally every time I turn on the computer. Still waiting. Alright, it finally loaded up. So now we gotta wait about 5 or 10 minutes for it to complete whatever startup process it has from here. Like I said, it takes a really long time. And you can also see that the mouse scroller has a little circly thing around it. That'll go away and come back a few times before the computer's even functional. So, obviously, if it takes an hour to record a conversation, it takes at least that long to get it downloaded. Alright, now it's a super long wait on this screen until it'll actually let me type. I typed some things already, but it obviously isn't functioning until the letters end up on the screen. Alright, so this is, I believe, from the day that Andrew Wolnez started his stuff too. Like right after the assault, the Andrew Wolnez assault 1 and 2 video that you guys have gotten to see. He went over to the library, got on the internet, and immediately went to my channel and started typing stuff at me. And it says here, this message held for review. And that's the screensaver for that one. Not sure how well you can see it. Hold on a second. Sorry, I have this thing that I made to hold it, and it was getting in the way. Alright, so this video is supposed to be about Chris Stafford. Here you can see there's a lot of videos about it. The Travelers, Chris Stafford, Amanda's Mom's Gun, 38 caliber. That's the name of this video. So we're also going to take a look at how many videos there are, because I had to repeatedly try to turn this stuff in. This one's called Chris Stafford stealing a gun from the girl he wanted to marry his mom. Yes, I'm scared of him. By this time, he was already a felon, just so you know. So I was speaking up on YouTube as well. Chris Stafford and Amanda's Mom's Gun, telling them cops are bad people. And also, this has got evidence that Amanda sent me about the situation with Chris Stafford as the screensaver. Yeah, I saved a lot of evidence. Now let's scroll down a little bit and we'll read the next one. You guys can freeze frame these if you want. It says right here, he talked about wanting to hurt you because all you do is bitch and talk a bunch of crazy shit. And that girl you talk about was trying to get away from you because you stalked her. Shit, I got away from her. And then she moved to Colorado. I didn't even know she was there when she got shot in the head. Anyway, it says was trying to get away from it because you stalked her. I didn't believe him, just so you know. I sensed your kindness. He told my kid's dad a bunch of lies and tried to break me and my boyfriend up. He was like, obviously, this stuff with Chris Stafford is not good, you know? And obviously, I'm not going to be nice about these situations. Here's stuff with Chris Stafford. There's also Andrew Wolnez stuff. And a lot of other people who just kept on messing with me, video after video. Like right here, look at that. Yes, the police chief of Tillamook tampered with evidence. In this video, explains that I'm using Facebook to protect myself from these youngins. Like these are the actual situations, live, for God and everybody to see. All right, we're back to that article, the one that we got all froze up on the computer while we were at. And we're going to show you March 3rd, Christopher Joseph Stafford, 33, pled no contest to one count of felon in possession of a firearm, a Class C felony committed on or about November 5th, 2024. Stafford was sentenced to 3 years probation. That's right, he got probation. I want to remind you again of the things that this man did to me. And I also want to remind you that 2024, this is a long time. This is the very end of 2024. I've been trying to turn in this stuff with Chris Stafford since 2023. Okay? They treated me like I was delusional, and he got to harm a lot of people and threaten a lot of people and intimidate a lot of people. Now we're also going to go back and we're going to remind you that the day that Natalie Bollinger was killed, he, well, He strangled somebody. Again, I'll remind you of this stuff here. The fact that I've been trying to turn this stuff in. Right here. Streamed live on September 1st, 2023. That's a long time before Chris Staffords got busted. So a lot of people have gone missing. I'm not saying he did it or accusing him of doing those things. I'm saying that with what he did to me and what he did to Amanda, yeah, this absolutely needed to be taken seriously instead of the police treating me like I was delusional. And with this man having these guns and threatening to kill me, yes, I very much took it very seriously. We will also remind you again, possession of a firearm, Christopher Joseph Stafford. And here, December 28th of 2017, that's right. He choked somebody out on December 28th of 2017, the very day that Natalie was shot in her head. January 31st, 2018 was when he was convicted. So he's not allowed to have firearms. I'll remind you again of videos like this. You may not consider that a hate crime, but considering the assaults and the threats and everything else, yeah, it's very serious. Here's another one. It took almost a full minute to get my phone started while he was yelling at me.
Two ways.
Oh, this isn't it. This is the wrong video. I apologize. This is the video we're after, I believe.
Fucking Chris Staffords throwing fucking rocks at my goddamn vehicle. 909 PCT.
I believe on that particular occasion there was actually 2 vehicles that were involved in this crap. But I don't remember if it was this one in specific or not. This one's called The Situation Where I Met Bryn. We'll press play.
Apparently there's someone yelling at my...
Now when is this? Is this before or after September of 2023? March 17th, 2024. He hadn't gotten arrested or busted yet, but I'd been speaking out about him for quite a while.
Car about hiring someone to beat them up. Oh, it's Chris Staffords trying to pretend I hired someone to beat him up. 909 PCT. You fucking little girl stalking piece of shit, motherfucker. Yeah, report me. I told you. The cops are gonna fucking laugh at you, you're a piece of shit. Yep, that literally.
And of course, I'm supposed to record this stuff and send it to the investigator with TFCC. We know how she treated it. She pretended that these were threats against her. Imagine that. I'm supposed to get the license plate number, the make of the vehicle, and the person in it. Well, I did that. The problem is I didn't have anyone to help me turn it in, and the police, well, they just simply don't give a crap. They pretend that it's a delusion and send me to TFCC, who pretends it's a delusion. You guys have already gotten to see the paperwork on this channel that shows that they were aware it was not a delusion, and yet continued for literally years afterwards.
It just happened.
You get to see that while this guy is targeting me, yes, I made sure that I record it. You also get to tell I'm not talking to him, I'm talking to the camera. I'm making sure that it's recorded. I'm not engaging him at all. I'm not threatening him. I'm not raising my voice at him. Nothing. I am not approaching him.
That's Chris Staffords. He assaulted me and threatened my life on multiple occasions. Yep, I told you.
My voice was just slightly elevated due to the rain and due to him yelling. You see him getting out of his vehicle, parking illegally, getting out of his vehicle and approaching me to threaten me and swing at me.
You fucking hired somebody to fucking try to beat my ass. Ain't nobody hired no. Stop! Stop! Get away from me! Get away from me! Get away from me! Get away from me! No, you can't! Get away from me! Get away!
He says he can do whatever he wants and screams at me that I'm a chomo over and over and over again. I've never been charged with any such thing, let alone convicted. But this guy's pissed off I told on him. Well, how about not threatening to kill people? How about that to begin with? Like, there's situations where if you absolutely have to threaten somebody back and do it very publicly in order to get attention to the situation, if it's necessary, then by all means. What this dude's doing isn't necessary. He never should have stolen people's guns. He never should have threatened to kill people. And he never should have told Amanda he was going to hurt me or kill me.
Away from me! Get away from me! Get away from me! Get away from me! Get away from me!
Now you notice, once he's gone, I go back to being as calm as I possibly can, given the situation.
This is a Tillamook Library parking lot.
Well, here you get
He's
to see
trying to
I'm
claim I
shaking.
hired somebody to beat him up. What a fucking nut job. You hearing this goddamn schizophrenic bullshit out of this piece of fucking shit? Jesus fucking Christ.
There's so many more. These were shorts. Some of them show, like, for example, this right here is about former police chief Ray Rao, who I had to try to turn in. This one is about situations we have to deal with as homeless people that you guys don't have to deal with. There's also information on who I spoke with and evidence for the screenshots of these different people that I had to speak with about the evidence of the things that they did.
Gender. 23% of women experienced abuse, 19% of men experienced abuse. However, rates of female perpetrated violence were higher than male perpetrated, 28% to 21%. Gender.
Yeah, that's our reality, being told that we're all predators and women are perfect and could never hurt anybody for any purpose and so on and so on. Like, I live in the real world, people. I have Asperger's, not schizophrenia. Here's Andrew Wolnez.
You need to stop. You need to stop. You need to stop. You need to stop.
All right, I apologize for that issue. That's been ongoing. I'm really on a computer that's on its last leg. So we're going to download this, and then I'm going to try to risk going to the store to get something to drink. I do have water, but I'm going to try to get some milk or some creamer or something and make myself some coffee. It's 5:40 a.m., so hopefully most of these people are finally crashing out from their drug binges.